Welcome, my name is Gussie. Today is May 24th. I'm not at my computer today, so no webcam. But we saw a massive update by Zapray. This update brought many ups and downs and very well may change how we play the game from now on. To begin, Zapray fixed a ton of bugs, starting with the blink gun. Now supposedly the blink gun will no longer teleport players into being squished, and will no longer crash game upon massive lag spike after getting blinked. However, Zapray noted that one still can be blinked into a spike, mine, black hole, and many more. With this patch, yes, it is very helpful for debugging the very broken blink ray. However, it does not address the under-map spawning or spawning on objects outside of the map. This may very well be a step in the right direction, but for now, Blink Ray will still be a more bugged weapon. Then, our first big change. This update came with a Mega Gust nerf. As previously mentioned, Zapray admitted to just wanting to change the push player strength of grounded players. And he did exactly that. He sliced the strength from 10 down to 5, while also increasing Gust cooldown from 4.4 seconds to 5 seconds. Now, this is crucial to mention. Gust push nerf is only limited to grounded players. This means Gust arrows / grenades are still very much possible, and Gust isn't horrible like many of us had feared. Next, Zapray fixed a tiny bug where the game crashes after a player leaves right before the match begins. Again, a very helpful patch, as with online matchmaking, we are experiencing a whole new side of Bopl battle that Zapray had not intended for. And after, we have a whole plethora of ability balancing. Firstly, what may not seem like it, Bo got a major nerf. By delaying the arrows 2 frames after shooting, this eliminates pop shots and changes the timing on Gust arrows. While this is different, it doesn't mean Gust arrows aren't possible, they're just a new skill barrier. Then we have a tiny nerf to dash, increasing the cooldown from 3.2 seconds up to 4 seconds, while also making dash no longer detached from grapples. This nerf is big. Unbeknownst to the grapple, it now grows in strength as main grapple counter is gone. Also, nerfing the cooldown of dash makes it so it is no longer possible to stay in the air permanently. Now getting the I Am Jacob achievement is much more difficult. To conclude our nerfs, we found a tiny meteor nerf, where the cooldown that was increased from 3 seconds up to 4 seconds. I find this nerf well deserved, and I don't see how this may affect too much gameplay. As for our buffs, you know it, you love it, roll has had a major buff. With this buff, the player can now cancel roll at any point with just the repercussion of getting randomly thrown in a direction they were facing, while also now being able to charge roll mid-air. This buff we may find helpful in competitive 2v2, and overall, this balances the ability well. Next, we have a tiny adjustment. Mine will no longer chase teammates. What can I say except I like this addition? And finally, to conclude today's segment on ability balances, we have a huge buff to throw. As you can see here, throw pickup speed went from 0.9 seconds to 0.8 seconds. Throw strength went from 600 to 720. Throw minimum strength from 180 to 225, meaning throwing it right as it's picked up. Then throw shrinking platforms you stand on from 110 to 30. And those are the ability changes. Now to conclude, let's check in on the Bopl Battle World Cup. In Group 1, USA number 1 guaranteed itself being a top 2 seed after wiping out USA number 2 and scraping by Russia, winning 2-3. Russia's still not in the clear yet due to the loss against USA. They do have a significant advantage, as all they must do now is win 2 more matches against USA number 2, and they are locked in. It is important to mention how this tournament is set up. It is entirely win-based. So now that the USA 1 has 2 wins, they can guarantee, even with a loss against Saudi and Sweden, which is looking unlikely, they still will be guaranteed a top 2 spot. Next for Group B, one of the most bloody groups, the UK, after two extremely difficult opponents in Norway and Canada, emerged top of the group, needing only 3 more victories against Germany to seal the deal. Unfortunately, Germany is 1 loss away from being eliminated. They are in must-win territory. As for the second team advancing, it is neck and neck between Canada and Norway. The likely winner of their series will advance. Both teams are still in it. Finally, for Group C, the Franco-British Union is now unable to be removed from the top 2 and can watch happily as they are guaranteed a spot in the final bracket. As for in the hunt, Brazil leads that command in top 2 with 2 more victories over America. However, we cannot count either team out as they are 1-1 in their series, and we can see major shifting over the next 2 days. And that is it for today's Bopl Battle News Update. If you like the content, please share, subscribe. It really does mean a lot. I've been Gussie, and thank you for watching.